It feels like ages since I've seen you.
Look, it really does. Now, there was a fair deal of conjecture about why we weren't on last week and I was away the week before. I just want to be straight up with people. YouTube actually deemed us too sexy for the platform.
We're too sexy for this couch. Too sexy for this couch. Too sexy. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Rugby League Outlaws. I can't wait to get into this, but Dan, it's been a sad day. A really, really sad day. And as this goes out, people are going to understand that there is a tragedy that has happened in rugby league. And that is Cronulla's first ever premiership winning halfback has announced his retirement from rugby league about 4 years too late.
Chad Townsend. Look, there's been plenty of mixed messages, most of them positive. And
We love the Chad.
Let's be honest. A lot of what we do is take the mick. I didn't know how to put this into words, Terry. Like
You're legitimately tearing up.
I've been crying all afternoon. Look, ignore the smiles. It's just me trying to overcome with emotion. But I didn't know how to put it into words, so I wrote him just a quick something, if you will indulge me.
Is this another Chad Townsend poem?
It is. It's
an ode to
my best
Chad?
work. Now, I was thinking, I don't know how to do this, so I just Googled greatest song of all time, and of course the Golden Girls theme song came up because it's the greatest. So if you'll indulge, and please, I can't sing. I'm too tearful. Usually got a really nice voice. Here we go, Terry. Thank you for being the Chad, even though at times you were often bad. You wore black, white and blue the night you tried to kill Ponga. And there's heaps more, but I don't want to leave it at that.
Yeah, look, thank you, Chad Townsend. When you think Chad Townsend, like when you think the good halfbacks, the great halfbacks, they've got the highlights. My two highlights of Chad Townsend.
Oh, I'm just going to put this down,
I've got two. Two highlights of Chad Townsend. One is obviously that night in Newcastle where the referee clearly blew the whistle to halt play, but Chad didn't care. He ran out of the line and just KO'd Kalen Ponga.
He poleaxed him legally.
Yep. Now that's highlight number two. Highlight number one, of course, is the 2016 NRL Grand Final, but it's not the big part that people think that he played. It's not the Christian Welch hit him high or whatever. It's the Paul Gallen headbutted that useless Derek out of the way to pass the ball to Ben Barber so he scored a try.
It was beautiful.
Absolutely.
The greatest moment in Cronulla Sharks history,
Yes.
without a doubt.
Watching
was
your
Chad Townsend
halfback
getting wrist-held.
feed the scrum and then get knocked out of the way so he doesn't interfere, that is a highlight.
One, because they discussed it early, and two, they didn't let Chad know because if he was playing for it, they would have known something was up. So you've got to respect that. Now, of course, we're taking the mick.
Yes. Are we?
To a point. Nah, look, let's be honest. Chad Townsend, lovely dude.
Yep.
We both met him numerous times. We do enjoy the side of him. He's a vanilla ice cream kind of guy.
I didn't enjoy about 3 seasons.
Look, this isn't going
Let's
as
say
positively
3.
as I'd hoped.
Yeah.
He's a great dude.
Yep.
He's never in any trouble. He's the kind of guy that, look, if you went into a school and your kids were seeing him, be like, cool, it's Chad.
Yep.
But the fact that Roosters fans are celebrating and they were angry when they signed him, and the Cowboys didn't like it, and the Sharks are happy that he's gone, I think it's a little bit unfair because this is a guy who won a grand final, was never in the origin talk, but was always in the, if 7 or 8 players go down, Chad's better than forfeiting slightly. Again, this isn't going as positively as I'd planned, but this is a guy who is going to retire
260 plus games
with a YouTube channel that's going to go well because he's a likeable guy. He's got a beautiful family. He's got a premiership ring, and he's got a buttload of money. Good on him.
Just the kid from Yarrawarra who stood on the family hill waving his flag, and he's...
Look, the one thing you can say about him is that his hair was almost almost.
Yeah,
always
mate.
perfect.
He never had a bad hair day.
No.
Congratulations on a great
Plenty of
career,
bad
Chad.
kicking days.
Yeah, congratulations.
Like, if you check Twitter, I'll send the whole song out. I just can't because I can't keep a straight face. But you did blow that overlap.
Yeah. Thank you for being the Chad.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do right here, right now. In honour of Chad and in thanks, I'm going to drop the overlap hate.
Okay.
Which is the biggest thing I'll ever do for anyone, wife and children included. You're welcome, Chad.
Now,
more serious.
From one terrible halfback to a great halfback, Jahrome Hughes has re-signed with the Melbourne Storm for 4 years.
Yep. Well over $4 million.
Wow.
As you would expect.
The Perth Bears didn't even get a chance to have a chat to him.
Nope.
I don't think he would have gone there.
No, absolutely not. The only players that will talk to Perth are the players that are going to use them to hedge their bets with their current clubs, or players that can't get a role elsewhere.
I think for Jahrome Hughes, it was Melbourne Storm or New Zealand Warriors.
Oh, yeah, 100%. That's a good shout.
And there's nothing in between. All this talk of Manly wanted to have a chat to him here, and Canterbury always can find money. Sydney, Jahrome Hughes just doesn't seem like he would be interested in Sydney. The Broncos, no. The Cowboys, go back and finish where it started. But no, look, I'm glad he's staying at Melbourne. It's a shame that he does have that one game next to his name for the North Queensland Cowboys.
Yeah, I know, one team.
He would have been a one-team player. But
although I think he played for the Titans too, didn't he?
I don't know.
He's in a Titans jersey, which is bad enough.
Yeah, that's awful.
But let's be really, really honest here, because this is an honesty session. Mm-hmm. He's a really, really, really good player.
He's the best player in the comp at the moment.
And given that Ken Munster is getting up there in age and Ryan Pappenhausen seems to be signing one-year deals and talking to rugby union, Jahrome Hughes is the future of that club. He and Harry Grant are the two, and then you bring in the next freak up, the next Avenger will come up. The fact they didn't let him get to talk to any other teams shows just how well the Melbourne system runs right now. I also think that, over $4 million, they didn't say it's in the fives, so it's 1.2 is my guess.
Yeah.
Because if it's well in 4.8 across 4, that's really, really good.
That's a great deal considering that he will be on less than Jarome Luai.
Yeah, Dylan Brown, he is a magnificent footballer. Melbourne are a well-run organisation.
Yeah.
I hate it. But as you mentioned earlier, Perth Bears, we saw this happen with the Dolphins. Say, you know what? He's our no, he's re-signed. You know what? We will talk to. Damn it, he's gone too. I think it's going to happen a lot over the next 6 months.
The thing is, though, I think there's going to be a lot of players that, as we're seeing the juniors come in and the nice new talent coming through, Perth are going to have a respectable team. Like Will Kennedy's going to get an offer. If Sam Stone Street re-signs with Cronulla, then Sione Katoa's got a home. Otherwise, Sam Stone Street's got a home. Jesse Ramian's got a home. Otherwise, Michael Gabriel's got a home. Like, these are the kinds of things that, you're looking at. Braden Hamlin-Ueli's going to go and get paid over there. So,
but the superstars, this is a problem with the Dolphins. They couldn't land one.
But you could also argue that without landing one, they've made two in Isaiah Katoa and Hammer.
Yeah, true. You could argue Hammer was a star-ish.
He was a winger.
Yeah.
I mean, Herbie Farnworth went there the year after. Yeah. I get that as well.
I think you're going to see, they came out and they released, and I don't believe for a second this actually happened, a hit list of, we're going to speak to these players. We can't speak to them till November. And every club that goes, okay, we'll just re-sign, which makes me think management are going, he's on their hit list, re-sign him. There are a heap of talent coming off contract November 1 for the year after that Perth will want to talk to. A lot of it's not going to get there. So I think the expectations have to just come down a little bit. Jahrome, he was never going. Look, Pappenhausen might, if he's talking to rugby, why not go to Perth? It's better than playing rugby. I just think Perth just...
I think the glamour of Perth, like they've been there for so long in the background, I think they might do a little bit better than the Dolphins.
Fair enough.
See how it goes. Now, Origin eligibility has been a big talking point. I know it's a frustration for you. It definitely is for me. I want to say something controversial.
Please.
On this. Are you seeing all these players like Payne Haas, Tino, the Hammer, defecting away from Australia? I think once you do that, your papers are stamped.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Even if you're in a tier 2 nation, papers are stamped.
I'm all right with that. I think you might as well make the World Cup a tri-series, if that's what you're going to do. So don't know how many players are willing to forego Origin, and more importantly, the Origin payments. I do have a huge problem with the fact they're
you can't have your cake and eat it too, though.
Yeah.
Because if you're representing New South Wales and Queensland, they're not in Samoa, they're not in Tonga.
It's a very good shout. I'm not going to argue with it. I don't hate it at all. I just think it'll kill the international game. Other than the big three, maybe that's the way to go. The key here is its state of origin. Origin, where you originate. There are all sorts of rules. So-and-so's born here, so-and-so played games here, blah, blah, blah. As soon as they throw it open to, New Zealand superstars can play, as long as they played a bit in Australia before they were however many age, just make it the All-Stars game. Just throw it open, just pick 2 team captains and pick a game. I guarantee you players are going to start saying, my knee's buggered. There's going to be coaches that are, he's injured, he's not playing. As soon as you lose that, it is the most important 3 games of the season. You can see what happened with the NFL. It's going to be flag football. It's going to be OzTag. And then it's going to be people aren't going to care. And then it's going to be this thing and pushed to the end of the year. It has to remain the pinnacle of the game, or it's not, as funny as it sounds, going to be the pinnacle of the game.
Yeah, I just don't get the fact that 2 Australian states are going to pick these players knowing that they're going to go and play for another country. Now, as an Englishman, it's great for me to watch Australia get picked apart because it may give us a chance.
Yep.
But I'm of the belief that like Brian Toto, Stephen Crichton, the Hammer, if you're going to go and play for Samoa, and I hope you do, I really hope that you do go and play for Samoa, but then you can't go and play for Queensland and New South Wales because these are 2 Australian states, and if you want to go and play for another country, you can't represent the Australian states.
Well, I'd rather go that way than the way that's been rumoured in that they're going to open eligibility up to almost anyone. Because if you lose Toto, okay, Kiraz is there. If you lose Crichton, Bradman Best, the games are still going to be the top level of superstars. If they, although I hate to think that a lot of them might go, I'm going to play for the Kangaroos because I want that 200 grand that Origin gives me, and I want the end of year. The Ashes tour has to mean more because the fact that players are saying, like Tino, who's only ever played for Australia, I believe, is saying, I might go play for Samoa, so I get to stay home, I get to play the Kiwis, I'll play Tonga. That's going to be a lot of fun. But the pinnacle should be the Kangaroos. I just think they need to say Origin eligibility. I'd rather 100% go that way than say, you know what, Victor Radley and AJ Brimson can play because it'd be cool. And then
Herbie Farmworth can play.
Yeah, Iro, etc.
And now you've knocked Ronaldo Mulatalo back 2 years ago, but now he can play.
And Fanua Blake. And then it's just the All-Stars, and the game doesn't mean anything anymore.
Now, we've had our discussion about halfbacks already. Maybe we should have gone to this next point with Jarome Luai, but he's not really living up to the hype, is he? Now,
Tigers fans are going to be on you.
Cool. I'm not seeing it. Like, I'm really not seeing it with the Tigers. I guess you can say they're better than they were last year because they're not coming last. But
beauty.
Are they in the bottom 4?
They might be. They're not, but they might be. Okay, here's my problem. I can hear Tigers fans rushing to the keyboards already. Yeah, well, Nico Hines has never won a premiership, blah, 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 blah.
He has.
With Melbourne. He never won an Origin, blah, 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 blah. I tweeted something out a couple of weeks ago saying I don't think Luai's lived up to the hype. He's got no tries, and I think he's got 9 try assists. Not to make it a thing, but Nico's got like 8 and 20 or 19, whatever it is. A lot more. And people said when Luai signed, that's the one. That's the one that's going to kickstart the Tigers. It absolutely hasn't. The only argument everyone keeps throwing at me is, well, the players around him are terrible. Okay. $1 million half. Stay with me. This is really like out there. Should improve players around him and not be living on the, he's not very good, so I'm not going to be very good. Are you kidding me? This is just Tigers fans again saying, no, we have to blindly support this. Don't get me wrong, he hasn't been bad. He's been an upgrade on whatever they had last year. But in saying that, you pay a guy $1 million to come and be a leader, and he's producing no tries and 9 try assists. They got whacked by Penrith the other night.
Yeah. And
absolutely poleaxed by Penrith.
I mean, the game could still be going now. The Tigers didn't look like scoring.
No, they took too early on and thought, we'll get a lead here. And then that was all she wrote. On the other side, Stephen Crichton, a centre who I still believe was recruited to play fullback and then had better thoughts of it. Went on big money and has improved everything within that culture at the Bulldogs. That is Stephen Crichton's team. There are so many millions of dollars of talent around him. You take Crichton out, it's nothing like we're seeing right now.
And we saw it. They got beat 44-8 by the Dolphins. They got belted by Brisbane.
Yep. He is the best signing of the modern, however many years you want to go. There are better players, not many, but the effect that he's had, I expected Luai to bring with him. The Panthers culture, the winningness. Don't get me wrong, I've seen photos of our mates, kids with him saying he's great. And, he came up with the claw thing and, he's
that was
big.
true, though.
Oh, well, it was Penrith. It was that kind of, yay, Luai's here. But you look at the results, and you're paying $1 million plus for a halfback turned 5'8". Like you said, I'm just not seeing it.
No, and I guess, they were preparing all off-season with him and Lockie Galvin, and this was supposed to be the thing. But then we've heard that, what's his name, Latu Fainu, was supposed to be better than Lockie Galvin, but he's turned up and...
Not yet.
No, I mean, he's older than Lockie Galvin.
Yeah, I'm going to go with not yet, because I like that kid. But I also know for a fact, because it's been admitted by all parties, Galvin and Luai never got along.
Maybe they never got along, but I mean, I'm not on the hype train of Lockie Galvin, but if you had to give me right now, who I'm taking, Galvin or Fainu, I'm taking Galvin.
Yeah, I agree.
100%. The upside on him is way better.
It is. I guarantee you, as soon as we log in, once this hits published, there'll be some Tigers fan there going, yeah, but Nico Hines this, Nico Hines that. Get your own cards in order, is all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Yeah, like, we haven't missed the finals with Hines.
Now, Terry, I'm going to throw you under the bus.
Sure.
Because we all know that the fans of the Wars,
yep,
or the Warriors for those of us who, they love their football over there. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to say right now, I'm going to take the Heat, whatever. They're gone. They won't finish in the top 4.
I did the NRL live ladder predictor, and I had them in the top 4 just.
Now, they have a 3-point lead over Penrith?
They have a 3-point lead over Penrith. Penrith still have the Storm and the Dogs to play. Potentially Canberra as well.
Yep. They get the next couple of weeks, though.
Mm-hmm. Here's some dross. Now, you would have expected the Wars to bank that 2 points against the Titans.
Exactly. That is exactly why I'm sitting here right now saying...
Yeah. Tannable needs to get out of that team. They need to run with Tamari Martin and Chanel Harris-Tavita as the halves. I don't care who's got what number on the back. Run with that.
Yep.
Tannable sucks.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, he's...
Like, we've talked about some bad halfbacks on the show tonight. He's probably the worst.
Yeah, he wasn't bought to play first grade.
Yeah, no. But he was bought to be the backup, and as a backup, he's bad.
Yes.
Gone... I don't know. It's hard to say, because if you have a look at the talent in that team, they got Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, they got Sean Ziegler-Klukstar, they got Tane Tuapiki, they got Adam Pompey, Rocco Berry, we've said it, Harris DeVita, they've got James Fisher-Harris, Wade Egan,
Capewell,
Lekasima, Capewell. They got some, I think Aaron Clark's been one of the signing in the seasons.
Yeah, he's been very
So
good.
you're rattling off these players, but it's the Metcalf factor.
Mm-hmm. And it sucks because we're huge fans of it.
Are they gone from the top 4? I had them 4th.
I got them 5th because I think this weekend they lose to the Dolphins, and I think Penrith win convincingly. And then there's 1 point. You don't want to be anywhere near Penrith in a run-in, because you just know they haven't even clicked yet, and they're just going to smash them down.
That's scary, man.
It downright sucks. I hate it. I'm not having to go at the Warriors. I think they've way overachieved. I think if you had them in the top 8 going into the season...
You also have a look at Andrew Webster's first season. You got him in the top 4. Then they had a bit of a lull. So you could actually say that on evidence that you have, they're probably more often than not where they're supposed to be, right? However, yes, I do think that they have overachieved a little bit. You and I both didn't have them in the top 8.
No, I was fairly confident they'd finished about 10th. Happy to see them do well.
Very happy to see. I think if it wasn't for the fact that Canberra have just come out of nowhere, everyone's second team's the Wires, right? But I love me some Green Machine at the moment.
Fair enough.
I don't know if I'm ready to say gone from the top 4, but I think what I will say is if they do get top 4, they're gone in straight sets.
Yeah, that's fair. Mm-hmm. I just think Penrith are too damn good. And I'm not ruling the Broncos out just yet, although I'm close.
Oh, no, I think that loss to Parramatta is up there with losing to the Titans.
Gone as well?
Gone.
Cool, gone. Terry.
Talk to me, Dan.
Time to talk. Some black, white and blue. And this, of course, is brought to you by our great mates at Winnett Civil Grading. Please give them a like. The link is in the description. They're great mates, local fans, legendary stuff.
And for the 3rd week in a row, We've been in it to win it.
We have. No, I haven't been here for a couple of weeks.
Great. It's been a pleasant.
Yeah, how has it? So if you just give me the stage, win over the Dolphins, one of the best nights I've had. Brilliant night, great fun. Win over the Roosters, one of the best nights I had. Great win, brilliant fun. Last Saturday night, worst win I've ever seen, the angriest I've been after a win, but better to be angry after a win than angry with a loss.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Correct. Now, look, as someone who didn't watch the game live,
Oh, I'm so envious.
didn't really give a crap, right?
Did you see the result before you watched it?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I did not. And so what I can say is that on the Saturday morning I woke up and I had my wisdom teeth pulled out, and then I went and watched the Book of Mormon, which is really funny.
Yep.
On Sunday, when I watched the replay of the game,
Hurt more than the teeth.
yeah, I was like, wisdom teeth extraction isn't so bad.
Yeah.
It was a shocking game.
Put them back in and pull them out again.
I've seen there's been a lot of way over the top reaction about this game. Let's peel this back a little bit and give credit where it's due to South Sydney. Now, no one saw the Titans beating the Warriors in New Zealand and Parramatta beating Brisbane in Brisbane. And if you did, if you had that in a two-leg multi, I want to see it. So South Sydney, all of a sudden, go into this game in last place. And a team that's in last place is desperate. And we saw that last year with the Tigers. They started fighting out. The Dragons didn't want to get put, so they started fighting out. Parramatta started fighting out of this, right? What you saw from South Sydney was Wayne Bennett turning around to them and saying, you got two options tonight. You can go out there and show everyone why you're last, or you can go out there and show everyone why you're fighting. They took the option to fight.
Big time.
Now, I thought Cronulla were a little bit wasteful with the ball, but they also had 5 tries disallowed. Or rightly disallowed, right? South Sydney were very lucky on their try on half-time. The ball was kicked right in Teague Wilton's face. He didn't even put his hands up.
That was awful.
How Belinda Sharp said that was a 6 again is beyond everyone, and rightful consequences came from that. But in the second half, Cronulla looked like they scored the first try, got the second try, and it kind of looked like I was expecting it to be 20, 26 points, and then it just stopped. It just stopped, and it was very reminiscent of the first time we played South this year, that we got that comfortable lead and we just went on a pure talent basis that South Sydney are not going to get back into this game.
Yep.
And they nearly did.
You're right. Now, I know that both tries to South were fortuitous, but the fact is they had about 4 tackles in our 20 all night and scored 2 tries. Again, neither of them should have been scored for obvious reasons, but the fact is they were close enough to be given tries, and you've got to overcome adversity. Dry Gray, Gray in and away and puts what's-his face over in the corner. I get it. Everyone's talking about how good defensively we were. We were really, really good defensively, except inside our own 20 against a team made up of blokes that we could pick out of the car park and they'd have the same amount of NRL games. So in that regard, In terms of the opportunities we blew, Chris Viola was on the wrong edge and threw a ball forward. He's not used to passing like that.
Oh my God, he could have just gone himself.
Yeah, he could have in hindsight. I don't want to sidetrack too much, but I have to say, and I'm very high on Chris Viola, I was really disappointed with the lack of effort he put in when Kennedy ran through and you see Viola just give up. If he runs, he scores. He's faster than anyone there. He scores untouched. That really bothered me. And I look at this as a bloke who has been given an opportunity that he wouldn't have got if Ramian or if Talakai rather wasn't ill, and he's back this weekend, which is good news. And he didn't make the most. He ran for like 43 metres. He should have had a try and a try assist. He just isn't quite there yet. Not having a go, I'm not writing him off. I'm a huge fan of his, big future. But I needed to see that effort from him because you saw it from Will Kennedy, who again was just caught a mountain of grief. 240 metres, 2 try assists. I thought he was our best player. I thought he was the best player in the park. Yet everyone's going, oh, we need this, we need that, we need a fullback. It was a shit game that our fullback won for us. Okay, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of better fullbacks, including a bloke we might talk about in a minute, out there. But on the night, Kennedy was great. I think the hatred and the vitriol's going elsewhere, the wrong ways. I don't think Nico played well. I don't think Trindle played well at all. I thought Brayley played pretty well, not great. I thought Billy Burns was fantastic. I thought Fanua Blake was fantastic, and I thought Teague Wilton was fantastic. I actually thought Ueli had his best game in a long, long time, and I thought Colquhoun was pretty good. I thought Kaufusi was okay. There's your positives. Negatives, I will never, ever watch that game. You give me $500, keep your money. I'm not watching that crap ever again. Burn the tape. No, burn it. Burn the tape. Rubbish. Awful night. Great result. But if it's 14-12 against a full-strength South side, you're probably sitting here thinking, sweet.
I'll say this, right? It's a game that we said, after the Roosters and Dolphins game, we had a look at the remainder of the draw and we said these are the games that Cronulla need to win. They won it. If we go into the finals in 8th, 7th, 6th or 5th, no one's going to care about the score against South Sydney. We made the finals.
True.
Right? If we miss out on a final spot on for and against, you're going to turn around and go, should have beat the bejesus out of Souths.
Exactly right.
Right. Let's take the positive where it comes. We got the 2 points. This is a game that you had to walk away with. We're now 6 straight points coming off a bye.
Yep.
We're 1 or 2 games away from having another bye. It's a pretty easy draw.
Yep, comparatively.
Got to take that. Got to take the wins.
Big game this week.
Big game this week.
Half the couch will be here, half will be calling it with our great mate Sam. Before I mentioned Will Kennedy, who may or may not stay next year, hasn't been decided. Super League links, there's Perth there, 1 year deal, etc., etc. Youngster, who we know a little bit about, young Chevy Stewart's been told by Canberra, probably not going to play first grade. We're definitely not going to play first grade here. Go and have a look elsewhere. Cronulla have immediately been linked, and I like this. I still think Liam Eison's the future. And if you gave me the between Stewart and Kennedy long term, I'm taking Stewart. But if it's a 1 year plug and play deal, don't worry about it. Just get Kennedy re-signed for a year and make the Eisen switch. Liam Eisen, away you go. Mawini Hirotti's your backup. We saw him score 3 tries against a very, very good Dragons team. Not ideal, but we've got to think we only got $300,000 next year in the cap. Or, hear me out, Katoa Gorn, Stone Street in, go get a big tough fullback. Fantasy booking though.
I'm not overly thrilled on Chevy Stewart. He went to Canberra to break in. He couldn't do it. Whatever. There's talent there, but
Big time.
It just feels like you're replacing Will Kennedy with a younger Will Kennedy.
That's exactly why. Long term, I think you make the switch.
Yeah, but
1 year plug and play.
But you turn around. Yeah, everyone's turning around saying we need better than Will Kennedy. So why are we just going to pay money for a younger Will Kennedy?
Well, I think Liam Eisen is a better Will Kennedy.
Maybe.
I think Eisen is where I'm gonna lean my hat on Liam Eisen.
Again though, he's small. He's not the fastest. Defensively, we don't know how he's going to hold up.
Well, we know what we got in Kennedy, and I think he's going to get a 1 year deal at max. I think you got to look at these players. It's not like we can go get I wouldn't sign Latrell, but a Latrell.
Okay, maybe.
Good weekend otherwise. Full rundown on Fins Up.
Yeah, great weekend. The Jets won. Absolutely flogged them at the beer footy and food. I want to say this from the crowd shots that there were at Newtown. I reckon there were actually more than 8,972 people there.
Oh, heaps more.
You're probably looking at like a 10,000.
Yeah, it's the only time they've ever underestimated the crowd.
Yeah, because you see the shot where there's like 3 people and a dog, and they're like 8,972. And of course the girls won. We'll talk about that on Fins Up. Again, same as the men. A win's a win. A win's a win. Now, Blake Brayley.
Yep. We didn't get to discuss it here last week.
We didn't get to discuss it here. We forgot about it on Fins as well.
Yeah. Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good. I had it written down.
Yeah, we didn't talk about Blake Brayley. So, in the situation where he's at now, Cronulla have offered him a deal. He's asked for more years. Cronulla have said no. It sounds like they're just going to meet in the middle. A lot of people online are going, oh, Cronulla's bottled the Brayley deal and this, that, and the other, and blah, 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 blah. This is what you've got to know from Craig Fitzgibbon is if he wants you to stay, you're staying.
They haven't lost anyone, have they?
No. If he wants you gone, a la Jack Williams, you're gone.
Yep.
And what he's shown with Braden Hamlin-Uele is that he'll fight for him. He'll fight for the player.
To a fault.
To a fault. Now, Brayley has a deal next year with us. There are a lot of players off contract next year with us. There is money. We're not trying to find money for 2026 for Blake Brayley. We're trying to find money for 2027 for Blake Brayley. Blake Brayley will be a Shark in 2026. Blake Brayley will be a Shark in 2030. I don't know if he'll be a Shark in between that. No, I'm joking.
I was gonna say.
He'll stay.
Yeah, there is.
He will absolutely, like, if there is one player in that team that I am absolutely confident that if you tore everyone's contract up and said you've got it, like, you're all at a free-for-all, you can go anywhere you want, he's the one that I'd be confident that would stay.
I'm going to go so far as to say he's the next captain.
Yeah?
I thought it was Nickera. I've gone a little bit cold on it. I think Brayley's going to be the captain.
I thought it was Teague.
Yeah, either or, but I think Brayley's going to be in the leadership group at the very, very least. Mm-hmm. This kid has been Cronulla through and through from literal birth or there or thereabouts. Mm-hmm. He's come through all the junior grades. All we've heard is that Blake Brayley's going to play for Australia, etc., etc. Few years there, and people seem to forget. They ran at me saying, how have you had a love-hate relationship? He's been our best player, blah, blah. Not true. There are a lot of times there where you run for 130 metres against the Tigers and then go missing against better teams. We're starting to see the consistency at the back end of last year, definitely this year. I think he will credibly win our Player of the Year for the third year in a row. Probably only deserves 1.5, but whatever. It'll definitely be this year. I think it's at a point, though, where we've chased off everyone. Beryl's too low. He's too old. He's 30 or something. He's only got a year or two left in him. Great backup.
Chased his own brother out of the club. He's chased both his brothers.
Both his brothers and the bloke who's starting for the Warriors this weekend in Sam Healy. If we don't re-sign Brayley, we're starting again. I think it gets done. I think they meet in the middle. I think it's a 4-year deal on very, very good money. I think Origin in his future. I think he's the captain. I think
the way that you hear Kevy Walters talking about him, he's on the Kangaroos tour at the end of the year.
Yeah.
It's a 25-man squad. You need 2 dummy halves and a utility. He's in there.
Grant are going. So I think the club know this.
100% he's there.
I think maybe not right away, but I don't think this will go for too long. No one will get to talk to him. He's Cronulla through and through. His manager's just doing his due diligence and saying, I want a 5-year deal. Cronulla say, how about a 3? They say, it's between 3 and 5, don't ya?
6. Dan.
Talk to me, Terry.
It's time for some tips.
Yeah, Belty. Now I was 100% last week.
Same.
Yep.
I want to say
Didn't miss one.
I want to say this, though. Good mate of the show, Sam,
Yep.
got you one win.
Yep.
When we said to him, and I said, pick what you think, and he was like, no, Terry, I'm gonna stitch Dan up.
Yep.
He literally stitched you up.
Yeah, I know. And
you got one game away from a perfect round for me.
Yeah, well, my good mate, old Cynic, was very negative on that, and thank you for standing up for what's right.
Was he?
Yeah, he said, just pick who you think's going to win.
No.
Fair enough.
Sam did.
Yeah, well,
Sam went the underdog.
Who I think's going to win this week.
Cool. Starting off on Thursday night, the Parramatta Eels are hosting the Melbourne Storm at CommBank Stadium. Now, Mitch Moses back, the Mitch Moses effect. Didn't Zach Lomax look like a competent winger with a great halfback outside?
It's funny how that happens.
I thought Moses was incredible. I thought the Parramatta Eels forwards really stood up. Zach Lomax looked really, involved again in the game. Young Joash Papali looked pretty good.
Yep.
Footy Dean Hawkins.
Can they beat the Storm, though? That is the question.
But they're without Jahrome Hughes, right?
Yep.
So now the question for Melbourne is, do they go Tyron Wishart or do they go Jonah Pezzett?
They've named Wishart, but there might be a late switch. I don't think it matters. I think Melbourne win this because they won their bounce-back game after a loss against the Roosters, but it was not good. I think this week they go Wooshka and we see the real Melbourne Storm. Tip Parry, you coward.
I am going to tip Parramatta.
You're beauty.
I will tip Parramatta. Just for you. 6 o'clock Friday night over in New Zealand. We have the Warriors taking on the Dolphins. Now, big game, big ramifications for both teams. Let me tell you why. The Dolphins now, they're in 8th spot.
8th or 9th, yeah.
Yeah, 8th or 9th around there. Fighting it out, but they've got a huge 4 in against, and the Warriors want to stay in the top 4. We've seen the Warriors falter last week. The Finns had the bye. I'm pretty sure that puts them at 8th. I don't know. Didn't check this.
Yeah, it's not
Research.
we're not
Who
paid
needs it?
for it. AJ didn't message me.
What I will say on this is that the Finns are getting some players back, but it's over in New Zealand. I want the Warriors to win, so I'm going to pick the Dolphins.
Well, I'm going to tip the Dolphins because I think they will win.
Go into the main event on Friday night, if you can call it this. But the Brisbane Broncos looking to bounce back against the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Say less. Broncos.
Brisbane.
Yeah. Saturday afternoon, we get a super Saturday, starting off with the informed Gold Coast Titans against the Penrith Panthers.
Sure.
Look, every time I bag AJ Brimson, he has an absolute perler. So I'm going to say it right now. AJ Brimson is the worst player in the NRL. Penrith.
Fantastic. Penrith win this game and win well. 1 in a row is pretty good.
1 in a row. And without Tino as well, they did it.
Yeah, well, maybe they, look.
Yeah, but Brimson stinks.
Des 500.
Is
they
he
don't want to
still
come
gonna be the
last.
coach?
Well, they said they were going to sack him after this game, evidently, and he's still there.
Still there.
So who knows?
Maybe they can sack him after 501.
Yeah.
Score Agami.
Ah, yeah. Coach Agami.
Yeah. 5:30, if ever you wanted to skip a game, the Dragons are playing.
No, done.
They're playing against the Raiders.
Oh, Wollongong. It's practically in the middle.
Yeah, Raiders going to kill them.
Yes.
Yep.
It's going to be good. KO Weeks, Hattie.
Yeah. He's so good.
Yeah, he's so good.
And when he gets in full flight, that mullet just...
He's the most exciting player in the game. Like,
mullet with a rat's tail.
It's double fantastic. It's so Canberra. Hope I don't get... and Manly. But, yeah.
Oh, that hurts.
By heaps.
And speaking of Manly, right, I'm going to go and say this. Manly are playing the Roosters.
Yep.
So there's 10 teams now that can make the finals.
Yep.
Manly and the Roosters are 2 of those teams.
Yep.
Loser of this is out.
No.
Yes, absolutely. Because if the Roosters lose, there'll be about a 4 to 6 point gap.
If the Roosters lose, it's over. There's 19 to 8. If Manly lose, it's Manly, the Dolphins, and the Sharks in a shootout.
Correct. However, the Sharks are the only team with a bye remaining.
Yep.
And I just think Manly losing Olakuatu, I think if they lose this game as well, challenging for them.
Sweet.
I am going to pick Manly to
I
win
think the
that.
Dolphins get in over either of them, but I will go the Roosters then for lols.
Yeah, I'm going to go Manly, and I hope you're right. Sunday afternoon. Now, if the Tigers thought they had it hard against the defence of Penrith,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
they now come up against the defence of the Bulldogs.
Who also just scored like 42 points against
They
Manly.
conceded 1.
Oh! Better hope Jarome Luai comes good all of a sudden.
He won't. I know. I've read all that. Is this game at Campbelltown or Leichhardt, or where are they playing this at one of their? Which of the 5th stadiums?
No, Combank.
Combank.
Yeah.
Cool. They're apparently going to fill this up and boo Lockie Galvin as if he gives a shit.
Yeah.
He's going to play finals football. You guys suck. Bulldogs.
Yeah, I think Lockie Galvin's best on ground. I think there's more Dogs fans there than Tigers fans anyways. Bulldogs.
And Sunday afternoon, to ruin our whole weekend,
It was all good up till that stage.
Cronulla against the Cowboys. I don't know where we're at in terms of who's got to tip what.
No.
The Sharks have been pretty good recently.
Will you go with them?
The Cowboys have been okay recently.
Yeah, they beat the Dragons, which is easy, but yeah.
I'm going to go the Sharks at home.
Well, I'll go the Cowboys
The
then.
Sharks need to win this to play finals. Cowboys can't play finals.
Yep.
Sharks need to win this to play finals football.
They do, and they can't finish 8th because that's going to be Penrith, or you got to go to Auckland. So, yuck. Yeah, look, I'll go the other blokes.
Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Rugby League Outlaws.
We'll be back next week to regular scheduled. We joked earlier, but like the flu went round and I was up the coast and all that
we
sort
were
of
too
stuff.
sexy.
Yeah, and also I'd planned to run and shoulder charge you,
Yeah.
Chad Townsend style in tribute, but I can't get up that high.
Sweet.